Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment. How are you all doing out there today? So yes, this is a little bit of a different type of video. Normally on my YouTube channel, I am posting the weekly and the monthly intuitive energy forecasts. And when I was going through and reading some comments to respond on some of those videos, lo and behold, for the weekly intuitive energy forecast for February 10th through February 16th, a couple people totally told me that I forgot to talk about the full moon in Leo. How could I do that? I have 3 planets myself in Leo. Leo is one of my favorite signs of the zodiac. So to forget to talk about the full moon in Leo, I don't even know what was going on with me that day. But I thought I would do a short little video clip here on the full moon in Leo. So it's actually occurring tomorrow as of the recording of this, right? So today is February 11th, 2025. And of course, the weekly intuitive energy forecast has been out since the 8th because I usually post it 2 days earlier. So February 8th, it has been out. And I just now looked at some of those comments where you were telling me, hey, I was waiting to hear about the full moon in Leo. What happened? I don't know what happened. I mustn't have been in my right mind. But let me just do a short little video about that. And hopefully enough of you see this that you're going to gain maybe some insight about it for this particular week. So the full moon is at 24 degrees Leo. And the most prominent connection that this full moon in Leo makes is a challenging square aspect to Uranus, the Great Awakener. So Uranus is kind of that wild card in astrology. It rules expecting the unexpected, it rules change, it rules redirection, it rules freedom and liberation, it rules the unusual, the strange, the weird, it rules future insights, it rules higher intuition, it rules all kinds of wonderful things. It also rules electricity and electrical kinds of energy, or lightning bolt kind of like revelations and aha moments. And earlier this week, it would have been February 10th, actually. So that was yesterday, again, as I'm doing this recording on the 11th. On February 10th, yesterday, we had Mercury, planet of the mental realm, the ruler of thoughts, ideas, perceptions, and communications, in this electrical, unusual sign of Aquarius, the sign of freedom and liberation, because Aquarius is ruled by the planet Uranus, so they have very similar qualities. And yesterday, Mercury in Aquarius challenged Uranus. So it was very, I was expecting maybe some difficult and challenging communications. Maybe some of you out there did have some difficulties with your thinking or with communications with other people. I myself, with Mercury challenging Uranus yesterday, had difficulty sleeping. And because that Aquarian energy and that Uranian energy is very, again, high vibrational, electrical in nature, you may in fact had difficulty sleeping or sleeping your normal amount of hours. You may have had strange and unusual dreams. On top of that. Now, some people told me they had wonderful revelations and wonderful insights, and it was a great day. And that's awesome. I didn't have a terrible day, although I wasn't really around a lot of people and I didn't drive anywhere. So, how much am I going to experience when I'm just sitting in my office at home doing my work? But I did have some insights. I did have some revelations. I did have some exciting things via email and text messages happening. So, again, with Uranus, you expect the unexpected, and it's the wild card. So we don't know, is this positive or not so positive, good or not so good, shocking or enlightening, all of these things can be Uranus. And then today, February 11th, because the full moon in Leo actually isn't until tomorrow, February 12th, but on Tuesday, February 11th, we now have the sun in Aquarius challenging Uranus. Okay, so again, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. The sun now rules our sense of self. It rules our ego. It rules our creative self-expression. It rules our vitality, our energy. It rules how we're shining our light currently. It's like, here I am world, that's the sun, right? You're shining your light for all the world to see. And that is now challenging Uranus. So again, expecting the unexpected, but now instead of with thoughts or ideas and perceptions and perspectives and communications, now the expecting the unexpected is within our sense of self and our ego and how we creatively express ourselves out into the world with our leadership potential and how we're seen by others, how we're projecting ourselves out for others to see, because again, it's the sun. So there can still be some strange and unusual happenings. It still can definitely be about freedom and liberation, where we're just kind of antsing, we want to break free. And now that could be breaking free of a situation, a circumstance, a relationship. It could be breaking free of a mindset, a belief system, an old story, a perspective. Even old emotions can be breaking free and being liberated from us. So it can be, anything internally or externally that is going through this process of wanting to be liberated. So now we have, again, kind of the setup for this full moon in Leo, because Monday the 10th, we had Mercury challenge Uranus. Tuesday the 11th, we had the sun, or have the sun here now, squaring and challenging Uranus. Tomorrow, February 12th, we've got the full moon at 24 degrees of Leo, meaning that the moon is in Leo and the sun is opposite that at 24 degrees Aquarius. So this full moon that's been amping up the last couple of days with these Aquarian, Uranian aspects going on, now this full moon is challenging Uranus, right? It's still close enough in the degree. It's, I think, 1 degree off. So here we've got the building up of this full moon. And Leo's like the sun, because the ruling sign of the sun is Leo. So here we've got our sense of self, our creative self-expression. We've got leadership potential, taking charge of our lives, expressing ourselves out into the world. We've got, that's where the moon is in Leo. Now the sun is actually in Aquarius. So we have individuality. We've got beating to the beat of our own drum, rebelliousness, independence. We've got all of these things because Leo likes to be appreciated and recognized. It's warm, kind of, and fuzzy and generous. Aquarius, opposite that, is very objective and detached and humanitarian. It's about the group instead of the individual. So we've got kind of this interplay of these energies going on with this full moon. But again, wild card Uranus is in the mix. Uranus, the Great Awakener, is challenging the full moon. So we don't know what's going to happen because, again, it could be expecting the unexpected in a positive way or expecting the unexpected in more of a shocking, out of the blue, didn't see that coming sort of way. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's bad either. But this is, to me, an awakening of the heart, an awakening of the crown center, the heart chakra and the crown chakra. Because Leo does rule the heart, physically speaking. In astrology, it rules the physical heart. So it rules the heart chakra. And so Uranus is awakening our heart chakra. It's like we're being kind of liberated and freed from things that have been holding us back from expressing our unconditional love, right? Instead of the Leo, the love that we kind of think of as far as a personal love where we want to have that being reciprocated. And of course, it's lovely to have that reciprocated. But you combine kind of the higher aspect of Leo, and it's just about unconditional love. And this aspect or higher aspect of Aquarius is not so much about being detached, but it's about love of humanity. So we've got these energies of breaking open this heart chakra with this full moon and breaking open the crown chakra to higher wisdom, higher knowledge, higher understanding, downloads, insights coming from spirit in the higher realms, our intuition being turned on. All of these things can be a part of this full moon. I kind of like that I'm doing this video separately and not in the weekly reading, because if I talked this long in the weekly reading about the full moon, it would have been a really long video. But This way I can do it separately and tell you what I think about it. So I think this is a really, wonderfully powerful full moon, again, in that aspect of opening our heart chakras and opening up the crown chakras. Of course, when we're doing that, especially opening the crown, we want to stay grounded. And because Aquarius energy, where the sun is and Mercury is so electrical and sometimes ungrounding, we want to make sure that we are, doing things that keep us connected to the earth, right? And that might be as simple as taking a walk in nature, or drinking herbal teas, or using essential oils that are grounding, eating maybe some grounding foods, whatever that might be for you. I know a lot of us are vegetarian or vegan and whatnot, and we don't want to eat meat. That's totally okay. But what can be a little bit more grounding? Something maybe with herbs in it that are grounding, right? Cooking our food with lots of herbs. But I think this is a powerful one. And I did decide to pull one card to share as a message for the full moon by itself. And I decided to use the Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians deck by Sophie Bashford. So this is what the cover of the box would look like. And I already kind of shuffled, I meditated before starting this video. And I asked to show me, a message for the collective for this full moon. And I got Bridget. And isn't that a beautiful, vibrant card with the red hair and the green dress? And she's, holding the magical kind of pot of her own herbs or concoction that she's kind of producing and making, right? And it says, "You are a healer." So here we've got the fiery energy of the sun, the moon, in Leo. So it's the moon in Leo that makes this a full moon. And Leo is a fire sign. So it's this fiery, passionate, take charge leadership. That creative energy is fire. So here we've got the fire. We've also got the grounding pot of herbs that I'm gonna just imagine that she's got in there, right? That she's kind of cooking up something magical, some potion, some grounding herbs. And this green, it's a very dark kind of foresty kind of green colored dress, which is definitely more grounding too. But you are a healer, right? And the more we open our heart chakras to unconditional love, the heart center is where our healing abilities stem from. The heart chakra is where our empathic abilities stem from. The heart chakra is where the clairsentience of clear feeling is derived from here. And so that's where our healing abilities come from. When we project unconditional love, whether or not we know Reiki or any other kind of, healing modality, if we project unconditional love from the heart center, we are a healer. We are doing healing. And again, the crown chakra, right? Her hair that's kind of blowing wildly in the wind, and it's being activated because red is an activation color, right? I wish I had this beautiful colored red hair. I am part Irish, but I just have a little bit of, very, very little red highlights that you can't probably see. But anyway, I feel like, again, the crown chakra is being activated. This higher wisdom and knowledge is being activated. This is truly a powerful card. She's got a Celtic necklace around her throat chakra. So again, speaking her truth, speaking authentically, being authentic and from her heart and from the higher realms, channeling the information, the guidance, the messages from the higher realms comes through from this card. So we are a healer. And there's one last thing that, not from about this card, but one last thing they wanted me to mention about the sun and Mercury being in Aquarius, and then this full moon along with the sun and Mercury challenging Uranus, the great awakener, which rules Aquarius. They said to remind everybody that on January 30th, so a couple weeks ago, Uranus turned back to direct motion. Now, when a planet's retrograde, it's internalizing the energies. When a planet moves forward, turns back to direct motion, or is moving in direct motion, it's expressing outward. And we're still kind of in this new phase of Uranus just having turned to direct motion and really expressing its liberating, freedom-oriented, future hopes, dreams, and wishes, beat to the beat of your own drum, innovation, individuality, It's really kind of still projecting this strong energy outward now. And so we've seen it the last couple of weeks, haven't we? With people standing in their truth and speaking their truth, although we want to be grounded and we want to be kind and we want to be compassionate and considerate. We don't want to, speak in a way that is demanding that our way is the right way or our perceptions are the right perceptions. But more and more people are definitely getting a little rebellious and speaking their truth. But this is about standing in a sense of liberating yourself from old patterns and old stories. And it is, remember, Aquarius and Uranus is about equality for the collective. It's equality for the collective. And because this full moon in Leo, the sun is in Aquarius, remember that we're all a part of the one. And if we're all a part of the one, or the source, or creator God, whatever you want to call that, if we're all a part of that, that means we're all a part of each other and that we're all interconnected. And we need to be loving and kind and supportive and respectful to one another. This Aquarian energy, the age of Aquarius, is about finding a new and better way and moving into a higher dimensional paradigm of energy. One where our brothers and sisters all across the planet are treated equally and with respect and assisted and helped, right? And so let's do that for one another. Let's love one another, respect one another, support one another. Let's come to a place where everyone is treated equally because we are all equal in the eyes of Source. So I hope that you like this little kind of out of the blue, Aquarius, out of the blue sort of video. Sending you all lots of love and light and a happy, happy, happy full moon in Leo. Blessings, everyone.